All right.
Oh yeah.
Pneumonia and all. We are here. Sorry to hear about that, Plow. Hopefully you get a chance to watch another movie while you're sick. And we did watch one. Did this movie give you pneumonia, Plow?
No, I think it was Deep Blue that caused it.
Oh, because this movie was Deep Cover from 1992, not Deep Blue. But one has Lawrence Fishburne, one has Larry Fishburne. That's yeah.
Ice Cube, thank you.
Deep Cover was brought to you by Louis,
No, Ice Cube.
who wanted to watch this, and it was another really solid selection for many reasons. But we do have Louis with us. Hello, Louis.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
And bringing up the rear is Woody. And
So Deep Blue, that's not the shark movie, is it?
that is the shark movie.
I love
Deep Blue
how
Sea
we're
is
like
the shark movie.
we're
Actually,
like 30 seconds in, we're already psyched.
I thought it was Perfect Blue,
Stay on.
but I was
Hi,
also
everybody.
confused.
Okay.
And Goose as well.
Howdy.
And TK.
What up?
Sound off. And Mr. Plow. And I'm your MC of ceremony at your ATM machine, Smurf.
I'm a
And
Smurf.
Louis, I would like to know, do you know this guy Dabney that just came in?
I can't say we're friends, but we've crossed paths.
Dabney Dundee, welcome.
hi,
Hey,
Dabs.
hello.
Oh man,
Nice
so
to be here.
we're coming up on a Memorial Day weekend, so I bet you guys are glad to get this work out of the way. But it was fun work. I want to know why Louis picked it, because it was a really good movie, and I should have seen it growing up.
I saw this movie late one night on pay-per-view when I was 14 years old. It was I can't remember when it came out. I was working for my 92. Thank you. I remember I was working for my grandfather, and he had a after-hours joint in the basement, and I would bartend. And so I was staying up late because we'd go to work at 4 a.m. And I saw this movie, and the commercials kept running, and I was like, you know what? This is the guy from Boys in the Hood. I love Larry Fishburne. So I bought it for like $4 on pay-per-view. And I'm into watching it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna have to go to work. And so I went downstairs to tell my grandfather, let's get ready for work. And he's like, no, we're not gonna open up tonight. The weather's shitty. Besides, I'm watching this really good movie, and it was the movie that I got on pay-per-view. So that's my magic story. But I watched this because I was a Larry Fishburne fan. And I was like, I want to see what this guy does, and I stumbled upon it, and it's been a favorite ever since. The end.
And it is Larry Fishburne being accredited, which was really cool to see. I guess it's in fact we're all trying to get out. This was the last movie that he went by Larry Fishburne, right? There was probably another one around the
Yeah, it was
time.
kind of like his transition from like supporting character to leading guy.
From child actor to a grown-up, he wanted to change his name.
I remember having the Boys in the Hood.
He lied about his age
poster
to get on Apocalypse
He was
Now.
14
He
and
actually
fuck-
did, yeah.
On the
Which
Boys in the
seems
Hood poster,
apropos.
it lists him as Larry, and then that was that. He went
He did-
Olivier.
he did
the way
that.
of Olivier.
Shortly before this one, and he was a star on the rise at the time.
Also, this is directed by the great Bill Duke, which I could talk about a little bit, but Dabney could enlighten us better than I could. Tell him about Bill Duke.
Bill Duke, of course, we all recognize from Predator. Let's face it. He's an
Have me
actor.
some fun.
Bill Duke was, an actor, but also a director. He's directed several movies, as well as some television.
Wait, which one was he in Predator?
He was a bald black dude.
The bald
He
black
would shave.
With the crazy eyes?
with the razor,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Dry
He was the
shaving.
razor guy.
Okay.
Also was
Yeah,
in
okay.
Commando with but an imposing presence of a guy, big guy. Yeah, terrific actor, but has not had like big hits as a director, but he made several. He also did Hoodlum that Fishburne was in.
The gangster movie in what, the 30s
Rage
or 40s?
in Harlem. Yeah, it was a gangster movie that told the side of a black gang that was going up against Dutch Schultz and his gang back in the days of Prohibition.
So Bill
Rage in
Duke is
Harlem
somebody.
he did. So yeah.
He's not just some jerk.
Yeah, this wasn't a one-off. It wasn't a fluke.
No.
But I just want to point out, for the sake of anyone who has thoughts about the performances, that this film was directed by an actor. Just gonna put that in there.
And also featured some early Snoop Dogg from when he was just coming on to
and Dre.
the scene.
It was Dre's first
Dre.
solo track.
I forgot about Dre.
Yeah, Dre and Snoop Dogg, they kind of got their
Motherfuckers
propelled their
acting.
career. The start of the career began in this movie.
For those that don't know, these are rappers.
The hip hop artists. They're not on
Indie
SoundCloud
rappers?
unless someone else put them on there.
Wait, what's rap?
It's what you put your presence
President
in.
R.
So
You
you
look
know
it
how
up.
they had beat poetry in the movie? It's like that, but with a more of a rhythm to it.
Speaking of the opening, so we watched Do the Right Thing, which had a upbeat hip hop opening, but
Also sharing one of the same actors from Do the Right Thing.
Thank you.
but what's her name was Roxy Perez was
Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez was
Rosie.
like dancing, just getting down. On this upbeat opening, somebody was just blurred out, getting high, like in a stairway, like in the
On
stairwell.
crack rock.
It was
Oh,
a
they
complete
showed that
juxtaposition
scene
of the
They showed that
music.
scene again.
Yeah,
That
they
was
showed
from a
it,
crack
they showed
house.
the
Yeah. They slowed it down. It's all on. Put it to the beat.
Yeah, it was
scene. Where it was
trippy,
like,
man.
old school slow motion where it's frame by frame.
Yeah.
Definitely not Rosie Perez jumping. I mean, it was a guy like almost dropping his pipe.
No, I had the impression that they just wanted to do a title sequence, so they pulled that footage from later in the movie and just really stretched
No, it wasn't
out.
It wasn't a bad choice.
Hot
No,
damn, it works.
It was the heart of the movie.
It establishes the movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
drugs.
think it does it well.
This movie has two stark openings, and one starts with a kid and his father. Louis, you want to set up the cold open?
Sure. A brief summary of this movie, if you haven't seen it and you're listening, it's Larry Fishburne. He's an undercover cop. Some government agency recruits him to infiltrate the LA drug scene and climb the ladder to get towards the top of the drug importers. He does that, meets up with Jeff Goldblum, and it's a movie about
Which is
drugs and
wild, he's in
undercover
here.
stuff. Yes, it is. The cold opening are you talking about with his dad?
Mm-hmm. If you can call it a cold opening, there was snow.
Yes. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas Eve, I believe. He's probably an 8-year-old boy. He's there with his dad. Kid, what do you want for Christmas? I want something, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, just wait here. And, no, don't go, Daddy. God damn it, kid, wait here. I'm getting your Christmas present.
No, he
Shop
snorts
goes
the
out to
coke
see.
first too, though. Don't forget.
He does some coke, yeah. Tells him, don't ever do this shit. Don't ever do this shit. You hear me? Don't ever do this shit. Father gets out of the car, goes into a liquor store, robs it, comes out, and he's showing the money to the kid. You see, and he gets killed by the store owner. And
in front of
the main
his
character
son.
watches his own father die because of drugs and money and crime. And he grows up to be a police officer in L.A.
And then flash forward, there's another shocking opening with some shocking dialogue, a lot of N-words being dropped just out of nowhere. But that, for lack of a better term, was a litmus test to see who would respond out of anger and who would keep it cool when faced with direct street racism. And we see good old Larry Fishburne answer it like
contestant number 3.
Yeah, he's like, he keeps his cool and he gives a smart answer, like a business answer, and the guy's like, all right. And little did we know that he was being tested to be an undercover cop, which is a little unfortunate because after trying to get away from what his father died to, he gets thrown on the streets just the same. Despite different intentions, he's got to be around the environment that sucked his dad in and killed him. So,
And he mentions he's never had a drink in his life or never done drugs once in his life.
that's a good point.
Oh, he's
He does
also, let's
smoke.
not rule out the narration. It's narrated by him.
So it's inner
beautifully,
monologue, basically. Oh,
yes. Yeah. And there's a beautiful poem. I can't remember the name of it, but he recites it. And I believe he's done it in another movie as well, about the street.
It's called The Fall.
The Fall.
The verses are from by Iceberg Slim.
I've read Icebergs, where junkies prowl and tigers growl in search of that much-needed blow, where winos cringe on a canned heat binge and find their deaths in the snow.
Modern day Shakespeare. No.
Yeah, street poetry.
Iceberg Slim was a legit. Yeah, he was
Serious,
a
pimp.
He was a pimp who did a lot of time, who spent a fair bit of time in prison.
Some may even say the pimp.
Did he ever do any Def Jam, like an actual production, or was he just raw?
There's actually you can get the recording of him doing the poem. Yeah, I believe
Cool.
it's on Apple Music.
Hopefully they gave him some money for this movie. I doubt it, but
I
damn.
don't know if he was still alive by then.
Oh,
Well, actually, let me see. What year did he die?
I'm sad.
He died in '92, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
At age 73, he wasn't a kid. He only started writing in his 40s.
So maybe he got to see this movie before he died.
Yeah.
For
He died
for a
when this movie
pimp, not a bad run. And
So this movie came out the year he died.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
So, next thing you know, Officer John Hull is an undercover drug dealer in L.A. He gets a shitty room in a downtown apartment, hotel type place. There is one of the tenants there is a heavy drug user who has a young boy, and you can tell the boy's not.
It seemed like such a
taken care of.
throwaway section of the whole movie.
I imagine they were going to do a love angle,
it felt
but
like
they
super
tossed it.
important, and then they just like forgot it.
They were
Well,
like, we're
they
going to
had a
reserve
very
this for the
specific-
love angle, but they didn't.
They
need it.
had a very specific scene at the very end of the movie that was meant to call back to his Larry's childhood, or the main character's childhood, where it shows the end of that path, and I think that was what that was meant to be. Was kind of the
No, and I get that.
Go ahead.
But like, she was trying to sell him the kid, and it's okay. Like, I mean, we're gonna talk about it anyways, but whatever. Like, she was trying to sell him the kid, right? And then all of a sudden, like like he loves that kid, and you could tell he does, like just by the way he picked him up that one time.
Cares,
talk to him and stuff.
Well,
like,
he's
you could
just
tell, like,
fair
they have
to
a
the kid.
relationship,
He treats
right?
him like a kid. He doesn't treat him like shit. Is all he
Right,
does.
but then like all of a sudden he meets his handler, and his handler's like, spend all your money, buy a bunch of cool stuff. He's like, cool, and then he like pieces out from that kid, and then the next thing he's like, mom's dead, and he's in the corner playing Game Boy. Like, what?
I think there's a
It
thing
just
that you
seemed
see
like-
in some of these movies.
Yeah, they were
where
like
where you
the natives
you
came
have
and he
like
died, and they just like left the body and pieced out.
Yeah, what?
that was a little strange that the that the EMTs didn't cover her up initially.
Or take
but
the
what I was gonna say
body
is,
or
but-
sleep.
Yeah,
Alright.
but structurally,
It was in her
when you get
contract
done
not
with
to
your
cover her
game, you
face.
can take care of your dead mom
Guys,
over there.
who's talking?
It was in her contract not to cover her face, probably. I'm just joking.
I just wanted to respond to the statement about it being kind of left. In a movie that's a genre picture where they got to keep the story going, you do tend to introduce these little scenes that kind of show up and then disappear and come back because they're there to give us a way to remind us of consequences of stakes. And but they're not the main storyline.
I felt it was
they're off to the side.
yeah.
It was
And
a way
and
for
it's
them to
just
personalize things
Right.
a little bit and show you this is a drug user, this is what happens, they have kids or whatever, but to show you the actual consequence of I guess you would say a regular person, as opposed to somebody in the criminal enterprise. Like, this is the effects of
Yeah.
drugs.
And maybe if you
And
are
how it
taking
affects
it
the
back
kids.
by how unmoved people were, then that's a testament to how common it probably is for it to happen. Like, mom's dead.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen. My friend's mom died the other day.
The
But there
movie
was
is
also
very raw and matter of fact.
Yeah. And the point of it is that he had to get taken away from those immediate consequences to where he does, for a moment, forget why he's doing it. And then he also does, at a point, buy into, he's in too deep, as they say. You know, he's
Deep cover.
He's in it, and so this has to pull him back out when she dies. So,
Well, partly, yeah, that's the beginning of him trying to think about things. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, cut to, he's doing good. He's making money and dealing and shit.
He's getting the underground contacts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got his own block and corner and people selling for him. And he meets up with somebody, and he's like, this guy, this in-between guy. And he's like, hey, I want to buy an ounce. Okay, give you an ounce. They get pinched. Cops roll up. So now Lawrence Fishburne gets taken to jail for buying an ounce of cocaine, which is where he meets a very important character, Clarence Williams III, who's a cop, and he's a good cop and a Bible-believing cop, and he's trying to speak truth to Fishburne and being like, your drugs are killing my babies, it's killing the children out here, what are you doing? You need to find yourself, save yourself. And that begins the beginning of a relationship that goes throughout the movie.
There are times where I actually forgot Fishburne was a cop. He was just so deep in the cover.
In the cover. Nice.
Yeah.
And then he has to work his way up the ladder by, not essentially pushing
Yeah, they have
aside
that
the
whiteboard
drugs.
of people's
Somebody.
faces, and like it's like a pyramid, and he's working his way up. Or I got the underbosses. I'm working on this one drug contact, and then we're going to get the big guys.
And we get first we have to go through Eddie. We got to deal with Eddie.
Eddie from, I wish I could remember his name, but from Do the Right Thing.
Smiley from Do the Right
Smiley.
Thing.
I wish I could remember the actor's name, but yes, Smiley.
Oh, shit. Give me a second.
But yeah, Eddie's the middleman, the one who screwed him over, and they got pinched because the cops came to Eddie and they're like, "Hey, we need a bust," and so Eddie was like, "All right, here's this new guy, John, selling on the block. Take him."
But fortunately, Jeff Goldblum suspects Eddie is setting things up, so he gives him fake dope to sell.
Mannitol, a baby.
That's right. And so when he gets pinched, and we discover that Jeff Goldblum is actually a lawyer, he gets him off because, of course, what he was buying wasn't actually coke.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the introduction of Jeff Goldblum into this movie and how it doesn't seem like it would work, but goddamn it does. He comes in so smooth at the courtroom, his suit, fucking chiclets in hand, talking to the judge like he banged her or something. Like, just everything's so
You want chiclet?
goddamn. Yeah.
His progression throughout the movie is pretty incredible too.
Yes.
Like from where he's at in the beginning, where he's like this lighthearted, like kind of
pretty outrageous.
The leather
That's what I'm
jacket,
saying,
right?
dude. Like
The
when he's like
leather jacket.
lighthearted and like
Duster by the
happy
end
and
of
funny
it,
and
dude. He's wearing a fucking
and goofy.
leather duster. It's awesome.
yeah,
Well,
and now all of a
never
sudden he's
not
like
Jeff
this
Goldblum
hardcore
through the whole
assassin.
movie. Yeah.
It was
What's
almost
up,
like
TK?
he was acting
His
in a
hair
different
slips back
movie.
real nice at the end.
Yeah, it was like he was acting in a movie that was different than everybody else.
So Goldblum is the middleman, like he's the middle guy.
He's great, though.
He gets the drugs from the people that get them from the importers. Jeff Goldblum is a lawyer by day, but by night he's a street supplier of you're the guy you get ounces from to give
Like a
to your
capo.
street dealers.
Like if you high enough up that he's like a lieutenant or something,
Yeah,
but not quite.
He's
he's still got to take
management.
shit.
Yeah.
He still has to answer to somebody, and he's got to make a certain number.
Yeah.
He's got like that cockroach energy, you know, the middleman guy that always survives and sees the things going down and scuttles out before it gets too
There you
bad.
go. Yeah.
That's what I got out of him the entire time.
He
was just
organizes the
Cockroach
big
Man.
meetings, but behind the scene, he like escapes before shit goes
I think
down.
he's
But he
more
also-
an associate, but he hasn't made his bones yet.
He has big dreams of selling designer drugs.
A super drug, yeah.
Super drugs that are legal,
synthetic
but
coke.
are worth more and everything. And he's got this whole ambition that no one takes seriously. He's a dreamer. He's a disruptor.
Yeah, in
He
1992, they didn't
discovered
have the
bath
awesome
salts before
fentanyl.
everybody else.
I was surprised that designer drugs were a thing in '92.
Well, I mean, acid is a
Designer
drug.
I mean,
designer
LA.
drugs were a thing.
I
in the
mean,
just like, I
70s,
guess
my
the-
dude.
Well, I guess like the calling them designer drugs. Like I never knew. You know what I mean? Like I didn't hear that until like later.
That's fair. Well, designer by our standards now just meant like experimenting with very specific chemical branches and seeing what you come up with. There's whole books about it, but we don't need to go into this on live. We'll talk after.
An example of
whatever you
that would be
square.
Yes.
would ecstasy be a designer drug? An example of that?
I'd say so. It was
Yeah,
designed
Yeah,
for
it's
that's
that.
where like I had heard it.
Or like
And that's where I had
kratom.
heard it talked about. Yeah.
Kratom comes from the dirt.
No,
They're gonna
dude,
get
the-
rich. They just need to
the
get enough money
extract
together to
and
make
shit
it
like
happen.
that?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, not the
Mm.
OH7 or whatever it is. That's that stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
tell
like
people how to
that's
make it at
extracted.
home.
I'm not telling them how to make shit. I'm just saying those would be like designer drugs.
But yes, not to want to go. But so would LSD, PCP, which of course predated even that. So
That can be fun.
I got it. Okay.
Wild. Go look up Bicycle Day and how acid came about.
Banana
So,
peels, man.
good old Larry Fishburne. What's his character's name in the movie? I should know by now.
John Hull,
John.
but I don't remember his Russell Stevens
it's
is his
another name.
real name, I think. But John Hull is his deep cover name.
Yeah, he's becoming like
Mr.
top shit.
Hull.
He's getting trust and he's aiming for the big dogs. And
He
by
kept
this
his
time,
mouth shut.
his handler kind of, says, you're doing all right. Just you got to keep him distracted for some time and not moving up the chain like he wants. And he actually suggests that he starts selling drugs, like an actual drug dealer. Make us some money. But
I mean,
Yeah,
shit,
he
might
act-
as well. He's being treated like one otherwise, right?
There's a scene in there where he says, okay, I bought these drugs. Now what do I do with them? He's like, I don't have the money in the budget to buy these back. He's like, so what do I do with the drugs? To which his handler says, well, you're a drug dealer. Go sell drugs. Oh, while you're at it, get some better clothes, a nice car, and a swanky apartment. You're in the big leagues now. Go sell drugs.
yeah, he plays like the GTA character development.
You're right. That very much.
Plot point
Yeah.
one, buddy.
Very cool. But
So
yeah. Well, how would you
Goldblum.
say the second act starts? Like at one point, like he's already established. Is it when he starts to get kind of suspicious or too comfortable?
I think when he kills that guy, the other dealers, when he gets in like real deep.
after they play the knuckle game,
Right.
in the limo ride,
well, I think you're I assume what
No,
he's talking about when he
I'm talking
kills
about for
the
the-
guy who kills
Oh!
the girl.
ponytail. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy in the bathroom. Yeah.
Yes.
Ivy.
Oh, well, the
What's
guy in
his
the
name?
bathroom.
Yeah.
What didn't he play another character in the Spike Lee? He looked really familiar. I think he's from
I've
Friday.
seen him with other stuff, but I don't
What, did
remember.
he play Pookie? He wasn't Pookie, was he? He was like
No.
Pootie Tang.
No, he actually
No.
was not in a lot of movies. He only did a handful
Man,
of stuff.
he
so-
looked really familiar. He must be in this other.
He did look familiar.
Like,
No, you're
he's
right.
hired
I
to
just
play
didn't have
that
time to
guy
look it up.
looking that way
only
all
4
the
credits
time.
on IMDb.
Okay, what's the other credits?
An innocent man, street
Tom
crime,
Selleck.
human target. Yep, that's right. Tom Selleck.
Jean-Claude
That's
Van
it.
Damme.
That's where I know him from.
Jeez, wow.
So I have a bit of a bone with the whole him having to kill Ivy thing.
Okay.
And this is a thing, so I remember when Donnie Brasco came out, and there were a lot of questions about, saying I read some stuff about that, Well, one of the things that they don't really address with these undercover things is like it's not like they don't expect these things to come up, and they have ways to deal with it. So if there's a hit put on somebody, they actually have ways to deal with it other than the cop actually having to go and hit somebody. They like have ways of like, grabbing the guy and being like, there's a hit on you, and you can either come with us or you can go die. But I mean, they do have ways that they deal with these situations.
Not when you're deep cover, bro.
I don't pretend to be an expert on it, but what I read was like when Donnie Brasco was very deep cover, and they did have ways of doing this. And I'm not saying it's unrealistic necessarily, although it sounds like it probably is. I just find I think it would be interesting from a movie perspective to see some of those machinations that they pull to actually make deep cover work. I just kind of wish somebody would make a movie where you saw a little bit of that. They kind of blow over it in these deep cover movies for the action stuff.
You could be that person.
I probably wouldn't, but
well then.
It would. I guess they consider it not interesting enough. Maybe I'm just that guy who would like to see that.
But it's at this point where he kills that guy because the guy killed people, some of his dealers, and he had to retaliate. Jeff Goldblum, Jason, knew that, and he's like, you got to kill him. And why has it got to be me? Because it's your problem, it's your people. Jeff Goldblum doesn't want to get his hands dirty. So Lawrence Fishburne.
Well, Fishburne's the one that suggests it. He's the one that's well, if it's going to happen, it's got to be me.
Well, Fish suggests that they have one of the next guy up people do it, but Goldblum doesn't want to give up he wants the territory, and he says the only way we take the territory is if we do it.
It's our problem.
Says, so we have to do it, and Fish is just sensible enough to say, when you say we, you mean me. And then he does at least leverage that to solidify his position. He says, if I do this, 50 exactly, we're 50-50 full partners.
Mm. And then they're in it thick as blood.
I have a personal bone to pick before we move on about the movie. Never in my life have I played a game of slap so hard where knuckles.
Oh, see, Kristen at the front desk. She'll validate your parking.
Wait. Can you not hear?
Okay, y'all talking over Goose. I don't think they can hear you, Goose.
Can I hear Goose?
He said goodbye.
You can hear me, maybe.
Okay, well, hey, I gotta go. But what I wanted to say was that I appreciated the insight in this kind of gray area between where examining what the law versus what criminal behavior is. And thanks for suggesting it. Good call. I'm out, guys. Have a good one.
Yep.
See you, Goose.
Fair enough, man. Have a good night.
Bye, Goose. Okay. Wow.
I'm not going to let that overshadow my problem with playing slap so hard your knuckles bleed. Like, who's slapping hard?
So he was doing it. He was punching his hands. He wasn't slapping.
At the very end, like the last hit, he kind of cramped his fist. Other than that, it was just like slaps, man. Like, it was really...
Did you hear the sound effects? It was really hard.
Punching
that dude has some weak-ass knuckles. Does Coke make you with knuckles weak?
No. You want to play a game, David? Come on, let's play a game.
I was expecting him to do paper, rock, scissors next. Like, that's like a childhood, like, I'm going to slap you and chase you around the playground.
That scene was, that was a weird scene.
From this stripper getting naked, dressed as a nun in the background, to Gopher, the little Weasley Gopher-like sidekick.
Can we all agree that Gopher's the best character in this whole movie?
Yeah, Gopher reminded me of like the just henchman sidekick of every other movie that didn't really get his. He never got his comeuppance because he was always just helping people.
The character?
I didn't check.
No, like because they called him, like he called him.
They suggest he's gay.
Slur, but yeah, I didn't know if I missed something or not.
I think it's because they dress nice. He and the other guy.
I mean, they do make a reference to suggest he's gay, and he certainly seems like might be. But it also could be they're just calling him that because he has certain affectations, and it was.
Yeah, it was an interesting group of people. Yeah, it was an interesting group of people with Barbosa. That guy with all the.
They didn't seem particularly. That somebody actually quotes Scarface, but they all seem pretty lame compared to Tony and his crew. But then again, like I said, that might be closer to reality. Barbosa was a colorful guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was an interesting character, a bastard, but
He was a
well
dick.
played. And yeah, he was a satisfying character, you know, like
Yeah.
a real asshole, and he was reckoned with in his time.
Never clear.
I figured he's a
Barbosa
gopher.
remind me
Go do
of
this. Go
the
yeah,
pig
Was he,
farmer from Snatch.
like a fixer. You want something? Go see Gopher.
Yeah, go for it.
No, like I
Pills,
said, this
money.
wasn't clear. Was he like there to help him, or was he his boyfriend, or I don't know. It's a little.
I
He
didn't
was
get
just
that
a
impression.
fixer.
I felt like
you know?
yeah, he was like a fixer. Like yeah,
So he like
Gopher
helped murder
this.
people or jerk them off, depending on the day.
Stop.
Yeah, or here, deliver this message for me. Whatever, you know.
These
Almost like
people
a
do not
houseboy.
Yeah, like
Like
deliver this
everything
message for me. I want to
siloed or-
jerk you off.
There, people. I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe.
You gonna say no to Felix Barbosa?
go pick up my laundry, feed my dog, and jerk me off. Go for it.
I
Oh,
did like
Felix.
the nun act in the background. That was fun.
Yes. And the guy who played the bodyguard for Barbosa had a face like it was carved out of fucking rock. You know who I'm talking to? Remember him?
Yeah, he did.
He had like a dark
Yep.
sunburn, but he looked, yeah, that guy looked like Tombstone from
I
Spider-Man
dare you to
comics.
face punch me.
Yeah, he had a face like a fucking Tombstone.
And we get introduced to Betty along the way. The money
Betty was
launderer.
interesting. Betty helped
Yes.
show the fine line between a high functioning cokehead or just fucking out of the box fucking whack job. You know, like
Stratosphere, baby.
yeah, like I can handle myself on coke, and then when I really do coke, whoa, like. But she was.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Dave Chappelle said that.
It was one of them. On that sketch comedy.
So
Maybe
I'm pretty
Richard Pryor.
sure she is in Coming to America, and I'm pretty sure she is the Your
Straight
Royal
lace.
Penis is Clean. Your
You might
Majesty,
be
you know what I'm
right.
talking about?
I do.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Because I did a
She
look up
is a
with the
bather,
cast
yeah.
and stuff.
Her eyes.
There
Her
you
eyes.
go.
She's
Yeah.
credited as Bather.
Her and the mother that was addicted, they were both really cute. But
Can I
Larry
just
didn't want
take a
none.
moment
Yeah.
to say thank you for Woody for noticing that? I love that. Her own personal
Woody, I
history
see
skit.
you
I
seeing
appreciate
her,
the love.
and I appreciate it.
He's our nudity
So,
expert.
okay, something else. I was curious who wrote the movie. So when I
Okay.
was looking up the actress, okay, so the writer of the story was Michael Tolkien.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've heard of him, but he wrote
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Gleaming the Cube.
No.
Oh,
and
God.
Deep Impact.
Gleam in the Cube, the
Christian
Skateboard-
Slater.
skateboard movie. Yeah,
But
Yeah.
he
that's
also
that's
he
peak early
did, but he
90s.
also wrote
He also
The
wrote-
Player,
Oh,
which
yeah.
he
He
wrote
wrote
both the
Player.
book,
He wrote Deep Cover.
Robert Altman.
and he wrote and directed The Rapture, which is a fucking weird movie.
The Mimi Rogers one?
Yes, sir. Mimi Rogers and David Duchovny.
I haven't been able to find that. I've looked for it. That is a weird, trippy movie. I can't
It's a
find it, though.
weird fucking movie, and yeah, apocalyptic Christianity, and then he did the New Age with shit. That one was Rob. No, that was what's his name? RoboCop. I think starred in that one.
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller. Thank you. So he's
Robo once were,
he's
yeah.
done some weird shit. But both he and the other guy, but the script is written by two white dudes.
Yeah, that's
But,
funny you
Tell by
mentioned
Bill
that
Duke.
because the scene when his old
But
neighbor
directed by Bill
died,
Duke.
something just smelled like I don't know, it just smelled
Which
like it was
scene?
written by a white dude.
Which scene?
When the neighbor died, his former neighbor, the mom, the crack
Mhm.
whore mom,
Oh, Vanessa.
with the son
something,
who
yeah.
plays Game Boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
something about the dialogue. I was just like, this smells like a white guy wrote it. And so I looked it up, and it was two white guys. Because yes, Michael Tolkien wrote the story, but Henry Bean wrote the screenplay.
They're both
Well, who
credited.
wrote?
They're both credited
Right,
for
they're both
screenplay.
credited as writers.
Well, I
So-
heard
Okay,
Russell
okay.
was supposed to be a white character, and then they changed it, and it changed the aspect of the movie because Spike Lee was getting so popular. They're like, well, what if we just made the main character black? And then it just added a whole new element, and it was able to show like the grit and the just the things that he would experience that a white character probably wouldn't really experience on the street.
Mm.
So
I would be interested in knowing who wrote the narration, the Lawrence Fishburne narration. Who wrote those words? Because as I recall, that scene where she
Iceberg
dies, like
Slim.
he narrates through of it.
No.
She had been smoking all day, and she had been smoking all day, and blah blah blah. I'm curious who wrote that.
I read
Yeah.
somewhere that Bill Duke had a lot to do with some of that stuff. So yeah, I am curious because it is
I'm
two
sure.
white writers but a black director. How that interaction happened, and that's interesting that he was originally written to be a white character because I think there had been some blowback about some of these white cops in the crack in these crack movies, basically.
It could have been
being the
Brad
heroes.
Pitt. Or a Brad Pitt type who was ever popular in the early 90s or
I was gonna say
92.
probably not Brad yet in '92, but
we used
Mark
to cover
Paul
two
Gosselaar.
movies where Brad Pitt was supposed to acting he never did, and it like changed people's careers.
they could have put
When did
Sean Penn
Legends of
in
the
it.
Fall come out? 94?
Let me check. Oh, turns out you're the only one that cares. Sorry, that was mean. Sorry.
That was Jesus.
All right, whatever.
Louis just
I'm
buying
busting
time
your
to
ass.
Google.
Get back in your corner, TK.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
made-
dude. I'll keep playing Balatro over here. My bad.
I made fun of that movies for years, but an ex made me watch it, and I was surprised at how good it was. So I will say that.
I don't even like the movie. I was just asking because you were talking about Brad Pitt, dude. You brought it up. I was trying to.
I
add
know, but
your
it's just
conversation.
it's like such a classic TK
He has some
question.
PTSD.
I think you're
with
probably
Brad Pitt.
his breakthrough was in '91 with Thelma and Louise. That
Thelma
I
and Louise.
remember.
All right, so then I would. Okay.
I care about your point.
Jeez, dude.
So I guess he could have then, yeah. By '92, I probably wouldn't have been cast for a movie that came out in '92 yet. Is what I'm saying. In a lead.
Can we talk about that dude in the bathroom? How he just peed all over Fishburne's legs?
He looked like Shogun. Yeah, he looked like
And
Shogun.
that chain was just ridiculous. That chain
I
was
think
just
we needed
ridiculous.
That's how it was back then, though. Like,
I know, dude. That's the other thing too. Is like the outfits, like the baggy suit pants.
Yeah,
I miss that,
Yeah.
dude. Like the
Yeah.
super baggy suit pants.
yeah.
The
Or like a
suits.
Cosby sweater on top of it. It just
Did
works.
you
Yeah,
see
Cavalry
his shirt
The
at
big-
the
the big
funeral, or not
pleats,
the funeral, at the gravesite, with just like with big pleats and just two buttons up at the top at the neck, and it was. You
Also,
could see
I
the
did notice,
buttons all the
too,
way down.
A lot of guys in this movie had the double-breasted suit, which is not a thing anymore. Like no
Yeah.
one
God,
uses
no.
those,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like it
And
was
those
really interesting.
low
It's
It
coming
feels
back.
like,
ones,
yeah.
don't forget the leather dusters.
the leather duster.
That,
but that,
yeah,
yeah, that
just for
those
just for
big
Goldblum.
double-breasted.
Yeah, when
Word,
Goldberg
word.
turned bad, he had the slick back hair and the
And they
The
put
leather
on the black
duster.
leather duster.
So
you know,
that was the
that's
part
like
of
him
His hair does look
going
bad.
fully like Darth Vader. Like, yeah, I'm full.
I would
Yeah.
say it
Bad
was
guy
probably
now.
This is it, I'm all in, baby.
After they get busted and they have to leave, and they jump in the limo and they're driving away.
Yep.
And I think that's where Goldblum like snaps, right? Like that's where he kind of trips. It seems like going from
Mhm.
like this happy-go-lucky like crime syndicate boss kind of guy, right, to like being more like dark. And
Yeah.
it
It's
kind
the
of
first time
steers
he
that
kills a
way.
man.
The rest, yeah, right. And I think that was the thing, right? Because Barbosa had always told him that. But it was interesting the choice that they said, because like he was like, "Oh, go to hell." He's like, "Oh, we'll have like save me some shrimp or something," and then he shot him and he fell out of the car and he's like standing out of the open door in the car yelling at him. He's like, "We'll have big old barbecue shrimp."
Yeah,
I
It's like,
remember that
what
line.
the fuck is going on?
dude, that was
Like,
such
I
a
wrote
funny,
that down.
unique
I
line.
wrote that. I was like, remember this line because it's weird.
They were going
That's
for it. They were
stuck
trying to
in-
get another yippee ki you motherfucker, like some kind of
That
like.
was stuck in my head since the first time I saw it because it was so ridiculous. But what I saw, you're seeing a guy that's uptight or whatever, like more of like a business guy, finally descending into this world, and he's kind of like dorky, like he doesn't know, and the line was, "Well, big barbecue jumbo shrimp, you motherfucker," which is an insane
just weird,
line to
dude.
yell by Jeff Goldblum while hanging out a window after shooting a man in the ass, and that's why it sticks out.
Yeah,
What was the last thing you heard? We'll have big barbecue jumbo shrimp, you motherfucker.
and he
You
shot
like
me in the
shrimp.
ass.
I don't really understand the issue.
That was Jeff Goldblum getting dark.
And
And
the paperwork. The paperwork that cop would have to do for running over a confidential informant.
Oh, God.
My God.
That's
The
why they
paperwork his
stopped following him. That's
supervisor
why they
would
let
have
him
to
go.
fill out. Oh my God, dude.
But now it's just AI. You can run over
I gotta
anyone you
say-
like on the clock, and your AI does the paperwork.
I thought it was a real weak point. It just as a plot point, it was. I was like, it's weak. The idea that Barbosa would be like, okay, we need you to, I need you to feed me somebody to arrest. It's like, sure, hand him somebody to arrest, but he's like, oh yeah, I will directly participate as a witness where I'm gonna have to testify and be a snitch on a guy.
yeah, I don't
I was like,
understand that either. That was a weird, like that. They didn't think that all the way through.
They did not. It just made no. I mean, it made no logical sense. It was distracting to where I was like, I don't think that would happen.
Well, and then the cops setting up for a sniper shot made no sense either. Like there was no reason to shoot that guy. What are you doing?
They need a
Right.
they need a
And he kept
badass
yelling, he's like, he's
shot.
got a gun, he's got a gun. No, he didn't, bro.
he was shooting that guy because Barbosa was like, I want these guys. He's like, you want a collar? Fine, I'll give these guys to you. Can the lawyer and the other guy end up dead? And he's like, yeah, that can be arranged. So he was shooting at him by orders of Barbosa because Barbosa wanted them dead.
No, I
Right.
know, but like,
then he shoots Barbosa's guy just so
Yeah, it
he
was just
can
weird.
conveniently not have to get into the limousine, basically.
Then sniper shot, or else I'm walking out right now.
But the limo scene
might
was
be
one of my favorite scenes because shit just gets crazy and off the wall.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne's driving their limo away from his own people. There's a murder going on in back, and there's a scene where he just screams. Lawrence Fishburne just "Ah!" And it's crazy and it's weird. And you wouldn't think a guy like him would scream like that, but he did. And it just showed you how crazy and off the rails things have gotten. And he's not a cop anymore.
He started doing coke, right? Shit, he
started doing
different.
coke, and he said to his handler, "What did he
Doing
say?
more
I'm
poetry.
not a cop pretending to be a criminal. I'm a criminal pretending to be a cop."
Yeah,
And that's when he was in.
I knew you would like that
Deep
line,
cover.
Louis.
That's-
I knew
that's-
you'd
Did you?
like that line. dude.
I did.
Why'd
too,
you know
dude.
I
was
like
reading
that
it,
line?
listened to that, I
really
was
did.
like,
As soon as I heard it, I was like, Louis loves that. He eats that shit up. It's good. It's a good line, dude.
I do.
I just knew it.
How'd you know that?
that's like those.
Yeah.
That's
I know you
that's like
did.
those memes that are
You
like, I
do,
bet you this
fair
hits
enough.
so hard if you have like a 25 IQ. That's the same thing. Like, I bet this hits so. I bet
I'm
you this
12
hits
and
so
this is
hard if
deep.
you're Louis.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just
12.
find it interesting that when
Did you
somebody
say
says
Louis
something
has a
nice,
25
TK,
IQ?
TK has to tear
No,
me down.
I didn't. I know it can sound like that. That
I know
big,
that's what I
know it
meant.
sounds
That's
like
what it
that, but
sounds
you're
like,
incorrect,
but
sir.
no.
But it'd be like that sometimes, you know?
It do
That's
be
just
like
how
that sometimes,
Thurston
Bob.
Kensington
Yeah.
is. That's right.
Man, I
dropped your real
love
name. Look him
Fishburne in
up.
this movie. He was young and he was like the beacon of the doing the right thing, even though he like did coke to fit in, and he pushed himself. But he had conviction, man. He knew what he was always trying to make the bust. You know, he never swayed from that. He was always trying to work up that ladder. But
And
they
he
were-
would,
was.
he would occasionally have these run-ins with the cop Clarence. That's the actor's name. I can't remember his
yeah,
name.
you and me,
Um,
we're alike. You know, we're not that much different.
Thomas.
Yes, he's watching him prowling around and shit, and being like, "Hey, you know, you can still do the right thing, man." That's
Did
important later on
anybody
in the
find
movie.
his walleye distracting? I'm sorry. Did
His,
anybody find his like wonky eyes a little distracting?
Yeah, and his hair was always
especially
messed
in the
up.
last scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was dying.
Oh,
He was
It
stressed
felt
out,
like in
dude.
the last scene, like something
His
was,
eye, I mean, it's
he
good
was,
acting,
he
but
didn't
his
seem
eyes
right.
were
He's like, I'm not
really
letting
running.
this happen.
Yeah,
He was. It just seemed like
Yeah.
it was like, dude, did you just get like a terminal cancer diagnosis or something? You're just.
He
being
was
a little-
dying.
No, I'm talking about before that when he's there in the first place. It's like he's
Yeah, he
not
looked
handling
disheveled
it
and
like
tired.
a cop.
Acting
He
all
like
crazy.
they're like, okay, you can't deal with this guy. He's got a thing. I'm not letting him get away, no matter what. I need assistance, but I'm not gonna wait for
Don't
it.
let me get.
Where you going, Johnny?
Because he knew that there was a cover up afoot, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to be the pressure on the site now. Well, I'm not going to leave this. This bust is
And
happening."
then he immediately gets, caught by all the bodyguards.
Yeah.
And they're all just like got guns on him.
We're getting ahead
what
of
was his
ourselves.
plan with that? What was his plan?
We're way ahead of ourselves.
He was so
Nobody
knows.
determined, and he was
Nobody-
tired of the bullshit.
That's
Louis
what
right.
we're
We're
at.
jumping
Okay,
a little
okay,
ahead.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to the sex scene yet.
Well,
Yeah, we're
let's
gonna
say
lose
Larry
sponsors.
first,
that
but Russell,
beautiful
he just started to do
1990s
coke
sex scene.
to fit in.
What? Wait, I didn't hear you. What?
Russell's character just started to do coke to fit in, and Jeff Goldblum's character kind of notices. Right? Is that where we're at? Like he's like, "Are you strung out right now? Or are you high?" What does he ask?
Yeah, are you high right now? And
Okay.
to which Lawrence Fishburne, I don't know if he's done cocaine in real life. I have. I wouldn't recommend it. But he gave a
know
perfect
you
cokehead kind of stuff. Thank you. Did a perfect kind of cokehead answer. Where we at right now with the, and his eyes were very bloodshot.
Yeah, you look irritated.
It was disturbing because this character has been like so calm, cool, and in control, except where he's screaming in the limo, up until most points, and now you're seeing him slip over the edge. And he said, "I've never had a drink." He's drinking out of a flask. I have never done drugs. He said at the beginning of the movie. He's doing coke in an alley off a fucking switchblade.
Yeah.
I'm sure memories of his father ringing in his head, and he's slipping further and further into that life, losing the line between criminal and
Which is a
cop.
good swerve, but I always trusted this character. He just felt like a character that knew what he was going to do, and he like always did it. Like I always felt like he had a
but
plan, and he could withstand all of this that he's taking in.
He seems like a guy
we
who you
skipped
could count on to
over-
do the right thing.
But we
Yeah,
skipped
over.
over, the betrayal of him being told we're not going after the top guy.
Right,
anymore
his handler, like kind of,
for
he
political
puts a stop,
reasons, right?
saying you can't go after this one guy. We're gonna, there's blah blah blah. He gives him some bullshit
we
reason.
want him
We're
to be
gonna.
president. Yeah.
Mhm.
Gives him a speech when John Hull is like, this shit's getting crazy. You got to slow it down. It's getting out of control. And to which he tells a story, the handler to John Hull, and I'm not gonna go into it. You ever see a crack baby, John? Fresh out the womb, can't read or you can't see, it's screaming because of the addiction, and going on and on to try to illustrate to him, this is why we're doing this. To give him
It's
like
terrible
a
when
smack in the
babies can't
face.
read.
Yes, but in reality, they're looking to. They don't so much care about the drugs as they care about who's in power in that South American country where the drugs are coming from, and they want someone in power that they can control. The drugs, they don't really give a shit about. The wrong person is just selling the drugs. What does Lawrence Fishburne say? You're looking for the new Noriega? Is that what you want?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Not to go too much
But-
off the rails, I heard crack babies are like, as terrible as they sound, is mostly a myth, right? It was just used to like scare and be like all
I've
like
heard that
fear
crack
campaign.
babies read like really well. They have excellent reading comprehension skills, and they're really
The biggest
charming,
problem is
too.
what he talks about is them going through withdrawal when they come out. And you
Right.
obviously can't give a baby crack.
I'm sure it's just like alcoholism
You know
too.
what?
Like you drink while you're pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
You say
I
that. What do you
think
mean?
with
What do you mean you
RFK in
obviously
charge,
can?
I think
Why
you
not?
can.
Do you
Yeah.
need more protein?
What are you going to
Sorry,
do?
do you
Give
need
him
more
a
protein?
vaccine?
Yeah, well, that's just poison.
Right. If you can give
If
him a
you're
vaccine,
listening-
you can give him crack.
If you're listening to this podcast, please don't do crack. It sounds like we are for it, but we're not. We're against it. Don't do it.
Don't speak for me, sir.
Oh, this guy.
Okay,
Excuse
plow
me.
this crack.
Anyone listening, I just wanted to make clear I have as much medical expertise as the Secretary of Health of the United States of America. So you should take my advice.
Do you have a brain worm telling you what to do as well?
Just say no. Crack is
I'm
whack.
I do hear
so
voices.
jealous of you, Dabs.
I've grabbed so many dead bear brains, and I don't have a worm.
Please let's not make this about him.
So,
This is my
can we
movie,
get back
guys.
to
I
the
love this movie.
So,
You're ruining it.
one thing going back to crack babies, right? Fun fact, babies can be born with STDs if they've, if the mother was...
They were in action
Great
in the room.
direction to
Yeah.
steer it, Plow. Great direction.
I think that is amazing.
Yeah.
I think that should
Let's
be on
not-
a
you know what,
T-shirt
guys?
or a bumper sticker.
Let's not talk about RFK. Plow, to which Plow responds, okay.
Yeah, let's talk
Fun
about
fact,
childhood
baby
STDs.
I thought we were trying
Babies
to
can
provide...
get STDs if
Maybe
they're hooking
Cloud
up with
does have the
whores in
worm.
the womb.
Maybe
Yeah,
Cloud does have a worm.
I thought we were trying to provide education to people.
Speaking
Yeah.
of worms,
And speaking
this
of
handler
worms.
that Russell had in the movie, he was really swarmy looking, man. He was all like always smiling and just
Yeah, he's
cheesing, like, you're gonna do what I say, like, this is the game, and he just felt like he was always untouched.
for me, there was an implied almost, definitely, I would say racist implication of like, I own you. You're going to do what the fuck I say. You're going to say, speak the words I give you. You're going to do this.
Yeah.
And whatever the fuck I say, you're going to do it. I'm the boss.
This is where you start
The
to see that
implication.
aspect. Yeah.
There was a subtle like racism to it where I felt like, I own you. Do whatever the fuck I say.
I feel like it wasn't subtle.
All right. There's a racism.
He did a racism. He did it.
Well, you're right, because the opening
He did,
scene,
like,
with
three
that-
I
Oh,
mean,
racism
literally,
for the
the
whole
first
movie.
line the
Yeah.
guy says is, "Can you tell the difference? How do you tell the difference? Or is there a difference?" I can't
True
remember.
enough.
Yeah, he starts off coming around real strong as racist.
So shit gets crazy. They're on the run. They can make this. They, and by they I mean Jeff Goldblum and Lawrence Fishburne, can make this one big drug deal. This is after Lawrence Fishburne tells his handler, "Fuck this, I'm out. I'm not a cop anymore." He throws his badge at him and says, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
Next thing we cut to, it's him and Jeff Goldblum. This is the big drug deal. We've got the buyer, we've got the top guy, and
They're trying to
we've got
push
our
the designer drug. This is the
Yes,
moment,
we've got
right?
our designer drug. This is the moment where we make things happen and we blow up and we become big and we're all in. We're gangsters. And they have to meet Gallegos, who's a diplomat from some South American country, at the docks at night. And they've got a van full of drugs. They're hoping that Gallegos will buy. And the cop, Clarence Williams, is there watching all of this happen from a distance with binoculars.
Doing some real
Go.
sleuth detective work.
Yeah. This is where things get really interesting. It's the big act, and shit gets deep.
I like when they're testing the designer drug, and it's like supposed to be this new thing that no one's ever experienced, and the guy does it, and he's like, "I think it's good," and they're like, "Okay, like, how do you know what it's supposed to be like, dog?" Like,
That's what he says. It's just, he
love
snorts,
it.
and he has one. He's buy it.
They work it up in a lab, and he's like, "Just snort this," and he just goes, "Yeah,
Sure.
right away." Why,
Yeah, he doesn't
why
have like
wouldn't
one of
I?
his guys do it first. It's him.
Right.
Yeah,
this guy
exactly,
Just killed,
yeah.
And this guy just killed my nephew, so why wouldn't I trust him and just snort whatever he hands me?
Well, you're gonna
Makes
come down
sense.
in the middle of the at 2 a.m. with a fucking van full of drugs, like to fuck around. I poisoned you, and then your guy shoots you. Like, come on.
Cash deal. It was. Remember they had
Yeah.
stolen. They'd stolen
Investment.
$100 million in cash.
Oh
This
yeah,
ain't some
replacing
spy
that.
versus spy Mad Magazine kind of
And
thing.
then
You
he's
gotta call
like,
'em out
"Hey,
there. This
as
is
long as you're
poison 'em."
here, why don't you invest in my designer drug
Yeah,
that may or may not kill you?"
give it
Turns
to your
out it didn't,
biggest
and it was
guy, so
great.
it takes longer to kill him.
And they decided very quickly it was good. They didn't even know if it was a smooth high or like, "Nah, it's good," right away.
He just
Well, yeah,
nodded,
imagine
like,
it's like
"Okay, we're
cocaine.
in."
Maybe
You
the
should never-
crash is bad. I don't know.
Well, but I mean, if someone would do cocaine, they would be like, "Oh, this is good right away," or rather, "This is shit." So you could do a drug, you could do good pot right away, and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like I said, don't do drugs. But if
Don't
you
do
do and
drugs.
you're good at it, you
It's
know
just the
what's
fact
good.
that this is like a brand new thing. Like you're supposed to see how the whole trip is instead
Yeah.
of just like the first 10 seconds of being, oh, I'm lightheaded. This is good. Give me this money.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. We'll invest $20 million based on a quick snort.
And in 20 minutes, if he feels bad, give me back the money.
Yes. Also, since we're educating people listening, no, you can't just make a designer drug and it's somehow legal.
Yeah.
I have gas stations that would disagree with you, sir. I have many gas stations that would disagree with that statement because they're selling some shit that's legal. Bath salts are legal. And, last time I did them, I ate the face off of a crocodile.
I remember that
You can
weekend.
look that up. Oh, that was crazy, man. It was good times.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting to the climax, if you will, of the movie,
Okay.
and
Yes.
people making conviction or people towing their line, and I think it all comes down to Clarence. That's his name, right? Clarence getting shot.
That's the actor's name, but
Okay.
I can't remember the character's name. But Clarence,
He
he's
keeps calling him Reverend. I forget what it is.
that's his nickname. He gives him Reverend because
Because he's always
about the
preaching,
Bible.
yeah. Like, you think
Reverend.
Jesus is going to
Right.
help me get off the street, Reverend? But
Yeah,
as
in
soon as
God we
that
trust.
happens, Russell kind of grabs the cop walkie-talkie, starts speaking cop language and cop codes.
Oh, well, we didn't get there yet.
Oh, okay. Well, this
Um,
never happened anyway. I'm high.
No. So they're at the drug deal and it's going down, and Gallegos is like, "All right, yeah, this is good shit. I'm gonna buy it." And Jeff Goldblum's like, "Hey, we're rich now. We're in it. We're doing it." Blah blah blah. And Clarence, Reverend, calls in on the
Taft
radio.
is his character.
Thank you. Taft calls in on the radio and says, "There's a drug dealer going down here at the docks. I'm witnessing it. It's happening right now. Suspect has diplomatic plates." To which the radio responds, "Suspect has diplomatic plates. Do not engage. You have no authorization. You cannot engage. Do not do it." And he says, "I don't care. There's drugs out there, and I'm going to go get them." So
I'm
he
tired of
does.
this gridlock.
He does. He goes up there with his gun and badge out. "Hey, you better stop that." And the guy's like, "I am a diplomat. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's not your money." And he's like, "No, it's not my money. I don't know. I'm going to leave." And he does because he can't touch him, which leaves the Reverend with John Hull and Jeff Goldblum. And he's that's all that's left. So he's like, "All right, you guys aren't going anywhere. You're not diplomats. Stop right there." Jeff Goldblum is like, "All right, this is the only thing that's standing between us and getting away and living our lives. Kill him, John. Kill him. Somebody else pick up the ball."
And of course, John doesn't want to shoot the guy, and the guy's like, "I'm going for my backup gun." And he's like, "Don't do it." And he's like, "You're not going to shoot me, John."
You're not going to shoot me, Johnny. You're not going to shoot me,
So
are
I'm
you?
going to pull out my backup gun because I got a backup. They didn't take it off of me for some reason. They
Don't
didn't search
you
for me. They
do
just took
it.
my. So I'm going to take my backup gun. No, don't. And then he, at the last moment, we hear shots fire, and John
By
points
Jeffrey
his gun at this
Goldblum.
guy, and it turns out that Mr. Goldblum has shot our friend Taft, who does
Taft,
not immediately
Reverend.
die.
Oh, no, there's a whole scene where he's in the arms of John, dying.
And John's
dying.
trying to save him.
I think his eye's
But,
trying to escape his head before he dies, but
Yeah, and he calls it in. John calls it in
we got an 803 or something. We didn't
and
get an 803.
confesses that code 3, officer
down.
officer needs assistance.
San Pedro
What
Pier.
are you
Officer
talking
down.
about? What's code 3? What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's like, I'm a cop.
I'm a cop, David.
Yeah. Great reveal. And then David
Yeah.
kind of flashes back. It doesn't show it, but everyone thinks back to when they first met. He's like, "Are you a cop?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." And they laugh, like, and
But David at this point doesn't care because he's like, "Nah, I've seen the real you. You're with me. Let's just." And so to put the issue to bed, he fires one more shot into Taft and finishes him off.
Before he says that, he says a really great and powerful line, which I'm not allowed to repeat because I'm white. but it's something to the effect of John, $30 million and no more.
No more
You could
slum
just say
life.
N-word. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't want to. Yeah. But it was
Yes.
a powerful line, and it kind of really broke it down in stark terms, and kind of brought out the racism that's undertone throughout this whole film, not just amongst the players, but society and such.
Yeah.
Of, like, yeah, you can buy yourself. Come on, let's join the elite. Let's buy
I was
in.
like,
Come on.
you can't be respected unless you take this money, because what else are you going to be doing?
Yeah.
But
Well, it just makes the argument that, money trumps race, and the idea that anyone owns you, no one owns you when you've got, $100 million.
No. But when you've got $100 million, you're probably more likely to own people. It gets flipped,
Of course.
in one way or another. If you're rich, you've got, I pay you.
Anyway,
I
so
own you, you do
his
what I say.
conscience comes back, and then he ends up shooting David.
yeah,
Now,
And it's a little sad.
I have a question. Do you think the Reverend knew that John was a cop at,
No.
then? You don't
I
think
do
so?
not think so.
no,
What
but
does
I
everybody
think
else
that he
think?
sensed, the goodness, whatever it's, whether it's Christianity or spiritualism or just, I'd rather sit next to that guy on the bus than anyone else. I'm not going to
He
say happy
knew
birthday,
there
but
was-
I'll sit next to him, kind of respect. But
He knew something was off about him from when they first met. Remember, he says, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "I'm from Oakland." He's like, "No, you're not.
No,
Yeah.
he's from East. D.C. maybe.
You're from
Yeah.
you're from back east." So he knew
Yeah.
he was full of shit, and he obviously saw through him. He saw through the facade. He saw through the character of
when
John
he guessed
Hall.
DC, do you think he was alluding to the Fed?
No,
I think he was
just could
just-
tell,
Okay.
like, I can tell you're an East Coast guy. You're not West
Yeah.
Coast.
Right. I think he like I said, I think he saw through the character. He saw it through the act, and so
Well-
as a result, he kept trying to push him. But I think he was encouraging him to take accountability and to go to jail, basically, which
Well, all right. Let me just say
seems
this.
strangely
I've seen
naive,
this.
but
I've seen this movie. I don't know how many times, maybe 30 or whatever. I was
a
watching
lot.
it. Yeah, it's a favorite. I own it on Blu-ray.
Right back.
I watched this. I was watching this for the millionth time
Bragging.
last year. Oh, I haven't even started bragging yet, you ignorant turds. Listen, this is what happened. I was watching it last year, and I noticed for the first time ever when he's lying there on the ground and he's screaming, doing his. He says these words, and I rewound it twice, and I've noticed it ever since. But I double checked. I know you're a
Rewound
cop.
your Blu-ray?
I know you're a cop. He says, I know you're a cop. He knows he's a cop. He says those
Damn.
words. He says, I know you're a cop. And as many times I've seen that, when I saw that last year, I was like, holy shit, this changes the whole movie for me. That one line, and he screams it out against all this other shit.
So he did
If
know.
you don't catch it, he knew. He
Well, it's
knew.
like when he put it together, but it doesn't really matter because he knew. That's a big thing.
Yeah, he just said, I know you're a cop. Don't you
does he
go
say
die
it
on-"
before he calls it in or after?
He says it after he's shot and he's dying in his arms.
But, I
Before
mean,
he calls it in, I think.
But before Fishburne picks up the walkie and calls it in, or after?
I'm not sure. I believe it's after, but I'm not sure. But I am absolutely sure he says, I know you're a cop.
Now,
Yeah.
Cue it up. I'm curious.
Huh.
Check it out,
I
man.
didn't
Yeah, I
notice
heard
that.
it too.
Yeah, you see that movie, man? You can check it out at your local video store. I'll be back.
Be kind, rewind.
Which is also from them. Doesn't matter. If you're listening, watch the movie and you'll be hip.
I
like
enjoyed
us.
some of the pop culture references. It's always kind of interesting when movies take place in a world where other movies exist. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
A lot of the time, movies try to like silo off their own universe, and sometimes they don't acknowledge like very current pop culture, because those things would have been very pretty. I mean, at what was it, 92? Yeah, so Terminator wasn't that old at that point.
No.
I just
But-
it's little things.
Yeah, it's dated and we love it for that. But it's been a pot, we've been talking a while. Let's wrap this up. Let's get to the last scene. He's killed David. He's like, no, I'm going to be a cop. This is who I am. He meets his handler. Then what happens? Right before they go to court. You also find out that Gopher is now working for John.
Mm-hmm. The fixer is a
So
flipper.
going into the big meeting, there's a little aside where we see that Gopher's got a video camera and he says, "Okay, you know what to do, Gopher." And we don't find out until later what Gopher actually was up to, which we find out when they get to court. But
So
yes,
his
he's back
handler
and
wants him to
testifying.
just make the agency look good, say how great we did on the war on drugs. Don't mention anything about us installing a new dictator or whatever. But yeah, say that we did great and we're winning the war on drugs thanks to my superiors. That's what they wanted John to say. And he
Right.
did,
And he
technically.
does.
And also exposes a whole.
And then they trot out the tape that Gopher shot, which shows the fancy diplomat sampling the drugs and
The presidential
negotiating.
hopeful, right? Or no,
Yeah.
he was connected to
He's a diplomat who, right? He's not sure. He just knows that the government, for whatever reason, likes him and considers him somebody they want to be friends with, as opposed to somebody they want to bring down. And he's trying to, and the handler, Carver, he's trying to leverage the whole thing for. He's all of a sudden given up on all of his more noble causes, and it's just like, this will help everybody, all our careers.
Yes, he is a career man. He is all about advancing his career.
Yeah.
Through and through.
So,
and inherent racism.
But he gets all exposed live in court. I'm sure there's some news people there, and he just exposes all the dirt that he collected. I think the funeral was interesting, right?
Yes. It shows him, the accountant or the launderer, who he loved. And it seems like they're getting away clean. They're walking away. The implication is they're giving up the life and just going off. It seems like John has took Melinda's kid, the drug user that died, the kid he liked. And I don't know. The implication is this is my kid now. I'm saving him from being put into the system. Going off with this lady that I love. She's not going to do drugs anymore. Neither am I. Seriously.
I don't know about her, but
yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, we're cool. I'm gonna let the kid do that. He's not. No. And it also turns out that so many millions were missing from the money that was turned in. So the implication is they're going off. They've got this nest egg, and they're just leaving all this shit behind.
well, he has that nice monologue at the end where he says, we stole, we took 11 million, we took out of it, and he says, if I spend it, it's blood money. That's wrong. If I don't, and he's trying to figure out what the right thing to do.
If I give it
with
back,
money
I'm a
is.
fool.
Right. So
Yeah,
what
what
does he
would you
do
do?
with this money? Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a nice morally ambiguous place to end it.
I can hear the music playing in the background, and it's superb.
I got a
Let's
little
see.
creeped out with how Russell was there at the funeral, and Jeff Goldblum's character's son was there, and
Oh, I never noticed that.
he shot his cocaine father, just like his father died. Like awkward.
That's a nice catch, Smurf. Wow. Huh.
I don't even know if he was guilty about it, or I mean, I know he was sad, but I don't even know if he. I don't know. It was. They probably had a bunch of stuff kind of written that they threw out to make the movie, but yeah, man, great fucking film. I'll say it again. I'm ashamed I didn't watch it before, but there's a lot of crime films that I could stand to see for the first time. I've never watched a whole bunch. It's good. It's a thinker too. It's a moral thinker.
Yeah. Let's have a round of last thoughts. Debs?
I liked. I had not seen it before. I thought I had, but I had not. Somehow I had missed it back in '92. It was interesting. It's it to me kind of combines a few subgenres I like. I mean, I like the undercover cop who's in too deep. And, the crack epidemic movies that kind of came out around that time, and how it kind of mixes that and has kind of a bit of a film noir thing. It was interesting.
But
There, I've mentioned some plot holes that kind of like stuck in my craw a little bit, but I think Fishburne is great. He's always good to watch. I think, as we said earlier, Goldblum's performance is weird, but somehow works.
Somehow he makes it work, man. That guy
He is
can
intimidating.
dance his way through anything.
So, I thought, I had seen a couple of Bill Duke's other movies back in the day and admired them, and so seeing this one was interesting to catch up. So many
I know
years
you
later.
I know you like that movie Payback with Mel Gibson. But he was actually in that. He was one of the dirty cops in Payback. You remember? It was, and there was him and there was him and a white guy who looked like Hunter from the old TV show. You're old, but you'll remember. Yeah, he caught Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson came in there at a crap game, and yeah, Bill Dukes was in that. And he played one of the dirty cops.
Bill Duke does that really, really well, playing like a dirty guy. I feel like he's done that a few times.
He's intimidating. He's like if Marcellus Wallace didn't get raped.
Yeah, he still had.
You know what
he
I
still
mean.
had that edge in him.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I just think he's one of those interesting people. Like I said, he just has this really impressive just presence in a movie, and he's very intimidating. He's
Gravitas.
Yes, gravitas, and yeah, he can play. He has a natural sketchiness that would work as a corrupt cop. He's played a lot of police.
He has. He's also directed a lot of. I don't know if it was Law and Order or maybe Homicide: Life on the Street, but different shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a Bill Duke fan. Watch Bill Duke as an actor or director.
Yeah,
Bill
I
Duke.
think he's interesting. Like I say, he's not the best, but I think he's interesting. I think this movie would, is also an interesting, kind of makes me want to go and watch some of those other ones. I mean, I haven't seen Donnie Brasco in a lot of years, or The Departed, or some of these other films about. Even going back to like Serpico, there's a lot of
Serpico,
interesting
yeah.
films about that.
I can't think of that movie and not think of Charlie Day doing Serpico.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God.
The Charlie doing Serpico is great.
Taking the system down. Yeah.
We're going at the dirty cops, the pigs.
Oh, Mr. Viking. What'd you think of the picture?
That's Woody's dead name.
It was good. I was I was also surprised
you're
that
next.
I hadn't seen it before. Yeah.
Do you not have the
I'm a
Hallmark
big
Channel?
Jeff Goldblum fan. I think he did it great.
Lifetime?
He was a star.
Yeah. Man, you're distracting me too much. I can't put two thoughts together.
TK.
No, it was good. It was good. I appreciated it. Good pick.
TK, you're a firefighter, is that right? As a
Yeah, that's
firefighter,
correct.
how did you feel about this motion picture film?
Speak for all the firefighters in the world.
Yeah, you're speaking for all the firefighters in the world right now.
Not too many
Yeah, we liked
fires. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice,
All right.
nice man
How do you
movie.
feel about how the EMTs were in this film?
Not great.
I mean, this leaving a dead woman out there with her son right there.
It's the inner city.
Yeah, that's poor customer
Prominence.
satisfaction scores.
I feel
Not
like,
to
I feel
derail.
like bad reviews, 2 stars at best.
Not to derail or get off track, but TK, did you see that movie Alphabet City I recommended you, which is about New York firefighter, or they're riding the wagon. They're dealing with the...
I have not.
Okay. You should, and everybody should. It's depressing as fuck, but God
Oh,
bless
well, you
those
know
people.
how much I love to be depressed.
I mean, yeah,
10
it's
minutes watch it this
hardcore.
Hard to watch.
I could have, but I was like, yeah, I don't want something so depressing. Let's watch a film about racism and drug use. So I'll go next. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. I love neon noir kind of 90s dark stuff about the criminal underbelly. Lawrence Fishburne is great. Bill Duke is phenomenal. And I've got a nostalgic place for this movie, and it's just one of those movies where I keep coming back to the point where I owned it on DVD, and then I hunted it down on Blu-ray, and now, I've got it on 4K. No, I don't have it. It's only on Blu-ray quality. But it's a good crime film, and there's good acting, and it's weird, and you should watch it. Mr. Plow. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, wow.
So,
What'd you think about the movie we had to watch?
I didn't watch it.
Ah, nice.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, it's a good movie. I've seen it before. I think I caught it like once or twice when it was on like TBS or something like that. Is it what's the
Broadcasting.
AMC?
BNT?
Is that the one?
Oh,
Yeah, one of them. One of them. But yeah, it was a good movie. I don't know. It's just Goldblum in it reminds me of like somehow like how Nick Cage works in movies. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
When I want to be taken seriously, I wear a black jacket and I slick my hair back.
Yeah, right.
It was
Yeah.
a little lazy on the
Yeah, it
costume
was. It
design.
really was.
It's like,
yeah.
okay, he's gone from the double-breasted suit to the leather.
More or
I
less.
feel like everybody was trying to be a caricature of what like street crime was. It was almost like someone who like the conservative guy who's afraid of big cities. Like that's
Yeah.
almost what it
Maybe
felt
from
like, because,
Iowa?
like they were like caricatures of
That's
themselves.
that's
yeah,
what I was saying. That's what I was saying. It smelled like a white guy, right?
yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna use the ghetto to
Yeah.
never have to see the ghetto again.
And what does a white guy smell like? And don't say mayonnaise.
Speaking of mayo,
Bologna.
Duke mayonnaise.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Classic.
There you go.
Yeah, I cook with that. So
I do wonder where the how much Bill Duke maybe finessed the screenplay, or whether
He finessed it enough to make me love this movie.
I feel like he had it. I feel like he had to, given the other projects the other writers had done. This one is so
made it his own.
different. Well, I take that back. The other guy did write Internal Affairs, and
So I read that this was
Sexy.
originally
Basic
intended
Instinct
as
2.
that this was originally written actually as a sequel. The first
Oh, yeah,
draft of
spiritual
this was a
sequel.
sequel to Internal Affairs.
It was just started out like that.
Huh. Really?
It was going to be a
Yeah,
spiritual
interesting.
sequel, and
I mean, I guess I can
they
sit
didn't
through
follow
Richard Gere
through,
again.
but it still held true to some of it.
Add it to the watch
I
list.
would like to say final thoughts. I wrote down. I knew we would kind of latch onto this movie. It's kind of like a guy's movie, and we are guys. I only took down 3 notes while watching it. The first one is, what's the difference between a black man and Larry Fishburne? The second one was my problem with the slap game, always making people bleed. And the third thing I wrote was call out to Jumbo Shrimp. Pretty good meal. We're gonna have
You
that
motherfuckers!
soon. Motherfucker.
I will
But
say my
a
wife
hidden
watched a
fourth
bit, part of
point.
it over.
A hidden fourth point would be I love the visual of this movie. It was noir with neon colors.
Yeah.
It was really
Yes,
the cinematography
neo-noir.
was really it was thought out. And I'm a sucker for that stuff, like, just nighttime fucking
Yes.
cigarettes, coffee, even though I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, like just fucking nightlife, crime
That
drama.
atmosphere.
So good.
Neon noir is a phrase that Dabney actually taught me, and I looked it up, and yeah, it's a thing.
It's
It's
a thing.
neo
Some of my
noir,
favorite-
not neon noir.
Well, neon.
I'm sorry. Well, all right. Yes.
Yeah,
but
I like Dayglow Noir as well.
Neo noir. Yes.
Miami Vice, the movie as well as the TV show, was described as neon noir.
Well, that makes sense, actually.
He
yes.
specifically wanted some neon colors up in here.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I feel
well-
like to me that falls under neon noir more. Like to me, I would consider neo noir like the hot spot.
Yes, that's correct. Now, neon noir was more of an aesthetic than a genre.
I think they pulled
Now
it
you
off.
just sound
And this
snippy.
was an early go at that too. So good on them. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm glad we got some final thoughts around. If anyone wants to say anything else, interrupt me abruptly. But I'm gonna just say thanks again for joining, and another
Just
great
go
movie.
back to the babies. just real quick.
Yeah.
Nope.
So if you Google crack babies,
Yeah.
no,
Do we need to
Tell
go
you
to
how
our
my wife felt
sponsors?
about this movie.
Yeah, actually.
She,
What did a
she,
normal
Then do
person
you
think?
think?
she was watching over my shoulder, and she's like, "This movie's fucking bad." She
it just looks dated.
my
She
wife
looks-
she
hated
did
it.
not like it. She thought the performances were a lot, and I pointed out. Well, she really, when the scene where the neighbor was trying to sell her kid to him, she's like,
I know you
"This
like him. I
acting
know you
is
like
bad."
him, right?
And I was like, well, in fairness, they're portraying she's portraying a cokehead. So they're not known for their calm demeanor. But no, she didn't like the dialogue. She thought the writing was bad, and she just thought pretty much across the board bad. So
Yeah,
this is a
I
counter narrative.
now when is she gonna fight Louis?
Huh.
I
If she
don't
ever
think
meets
it
him, I'm
was
sure she'll
targeted
try to-
towards like anybody but us, you know?
Yeah.
Movies
Yeah,
for guys
like-
who like movies.
Yeah, like that's right. It was on Spike.
Spike. Yeah. Well, that
Oh,
was
that
Please
tells you
TNT.
everything.
apologize.
That
Yeah.
was
Please
TNT. Didn't turn to
apologize to your
Spike.
wife on my behalf because I'm so masculine and I exude manliness. I
Do
can't
you work
help
out
it.
in blue jeans?
I work out
Kid
in a
Rock?
ballistic suit.
You know who
And I
worked out
just
in blue
pump iron.
jeans? Bill Simmons. He's a man.
Real
Real
diamond.
blue jeans.
Bill Simmons. Look him up. I hate to cut this short, guys, but we kind of started late and we covered some good stuff. Woody is next. Woody, if you know what you want, speak your truth, or you
I'll
can
have to think about it. I will
Yeah,
let
think
you
about it
know
for
soon.
sure.
I will let you know very soon.
I will not be here. I'm sorry, Woody. I have a prior engagement.
He's
But-
getting married
Well, then
again.
now I don't want to pick a movie. Now I
Yeah,
don't
We'll
why
wanna-
talk on the
bother?
side. We'll meet up for coffee at the
Ah.
Moon Dance Diner.
We can always do it Saturday if people are cool. Or we can just do it without Louis.
We'll figure it
We're
out.
pretty strong.
I feel like, yeah, Dabney's ready.
Yeah, move. What is it, Cinema or Shenema? You decide, but we kind of did it for you. And I heard
Sheneman.
this cool quote the other day, and I put it in the Discord, but it's just edgy, you know. Uh, when you're born, you look like your family. When you die, you look like your choices. And I'm gonna pretend like I know what that
Whoa.
means, and I have a nice life designed around that saying. See you later.